Today, we're harnessing the power of the Immortal Sun in the palm of our hand with Blue, White, and Soul. The Immortal Sun Historic Festival is currently running on MTG Arena, which gives us an Immortal Sun Emblem at the beginning of each game. Notably, this emblem reduces the cost of our spells by 1 generic mana, so how better to use this buff than with an artifact-heavy deck? Blue, White, and Soul is a fun artifact aggro deck that plays out small creatures like Gingerbrute and Patchwork Automaton, then pumps them to high heaven with +1/+1 counters and Ensoul Artifacts. You'll be amazed at how high we can pump up these artifact creatures, but why are you hearing it from me? Let's jump into some games and get some easy KOs on some unsuspecting opponents. Welcome back to yet another video, and today we're going to be doing some Blue, White, Ensoul. We're going to try to see how quickly we can kill some of these opponents. And honestly, this is a pretty good looking hand. We do have a little buff here in the sense that all of our spells cost a little less. So Patches can come out for 1 mana, we can get the Ensoul Artifact out for 1, Michiko's Reign of Truth comes out for 1. Genuinely, I think this deck is going to be insane in this event, so we'll keep it. Let's start off with an Addercar Waste, and then we can drop the Patches for 1 mana, and then drop an Ornithopter. And what's our opponent going to do? Our opponent gets to draw an additional card, which is a bit unfortunate, but we'll be doing that as well, so I don't see us having much problems with card draw. Our opponent's gone for the Haywire Might. Luckily they can't do much about it, but it looks like they have a similar strategy. Just, pumping out all the artifacts. Jeez. Alright, well they're gonna dump their entire hand. I guess they had a better start than we did. Oh my goodness. Yeah, just drop your entire hand, why don't you? Alright, so they're gonna swing like that. We'll kill the Bomat Courier. Might as well stop them from drawing. Okay, cool. That's just epic. Maybe we're playing this event too fair, to be honest with you. Let's go for a Darksteel Citadel. That triggers our opponent's creature. We'll just go ahead and drop Ornithopter and Ensoul Artifact. And what can they really do about it? We've got an indestructible 6/6, what are they gonna do? Not to mention we do have some flyers in this. Michiko Reigns of Truth will really, it'll start to go off for sure. This is protection from multicolored. Good thing we don't have any multicolored creatures. So let's just go ahead and pick off whatever we think we want to pick off. We'll do some blocks here to keep the Ornithopters alive. We're gonna take a bit of damage here, but our opponent has no idea what's about to hit him. Those are 2 good draws. We will play the land. That'll trigger 2 of our opponent's creatures. And then we'll go Ornithopter, Gingerbrute, and then Michiko's Reign of Truth. Go ahead and stick that on one of our Ornithopters. And yeah, let's see what they do about this. Bam! We'll pass the turn. We've got a lot of creatures that we have up to block. They still have not played a land, so it seems like the Haywire Might is just going to be sitting there. Yeah, it looks like they just jammed their deck full of like 1 mana artifacts, but I don't think it's going to get them there in the end. Like, they had an explosive start, but what are they going to do about our board state? Alright, so let's kill... We don't want to get rid of the Apprentice, because that's going to be a little unfortunate. That puts 1/1 counters on stuff. Let's go ahead and kill that. And then we'll block here and block there. So much blocking to do. Down to 3. Alright, and we get a Plains. Give us something else. Another Ensoul Artifact is pretty good. Actually, does that do it for us? Because we have some power in the air. So 8, this will go up to 6. Yeah, they're dead. They're dead. There's nothing they can do about it. Our opponent had a good idea to start with, but I don't think they can do anything about that. Yeah, there you go. And our first cosmetic is the Belligerent Yearling. This is nice art. There we go. Give me the zoom here. That's pretty cool art. I really love the borderless art from Lost Caverns. I think this is going to be pretty sweet. So if anything goes to show, like, that last game was genuinely kind of insane. Like, I don't think my opponent saw that coming, and even though they just spilled their entire hand out right away, like, we still got them at the end. So, I mean, like, what more can we ask for here? This hand is okay. Free Springleaf Drum is fine, but I think we're gonna have to mull this because I don't have a 1-drop to go with it. This hand's looking a bit better. We could use a blue source, but we'll keep this 7, and then we will go Plains into Gingerbrute into Stonecoil for, let's do X1. Got a bit of an aggro start going on here, and we still have some protection up with the Lorn's Escape. Knowing our opponent, it's probably going to be a very... Oh, they're actually playing lands? Really? I feel like Elves is not a very good archetype for this particular event, because everything still has mana pips. Alright, well, if you want to, opponent, sounds good to me. Suit it up, swing in for 9 on turn 2. No? Okay, that's cool. We'll hold up protection, and we have the Metallic Rebuke, so I mean, what's our opponent really gonna do? They're gonna spill out a couple Elves. There's the War Master. Gonna go ahead and play another Elf. The Druid's not the best. But we do have an indestructible Stonecoil Serpent, which is pretty good to hit. Okay, there's Springleaf Drum and Ornithopter. So how about... Let's just go to combat, see what our opponent does. We'll full swing. And Serpent has Trample, which is nice as well. Okay. I misplayed that. I definitely should have played the land first. We're going to play a Lorn's Escape on Gingerbrute to keep it alive. We do not need another one. Yeah, maybe our opponent can go and like do something insane this turn, but we're about to drop a bunch of permanents on him. We'll get the Springleaf Drum going, we'll get the Ornithopter going, and then we can pass the turn, and now if they try to Crater Hoof us, then we have the Metallic Rebuke. Just spare a Sentinel. Okay. Sure. So that puts them up to... Oh, that was exactly 8 mana. That's another big pump, and they got nothing. Alright, that's what we like to see. Can we hit... Okay, we didn't want another Gingerbrute, but I will play it anyways. We'll play out a Hollowed Fountain untapped. And then let's go to combat. Swing in with the Serpent. And see what they do. Coco, okay. I think we rebuke that. Okay, they can pay for it. I guess I missed that part. Well, either way, whatever they do... Okay, sure. Oh, please block with 1 creature. Please block with 1 creature. Damn, that's not good. Okay. So then let's Iganjo. That doesn't really matter. We're dead anyways. Oh boy. Alright. Well, GG's, opponent. So for once we're actually not on the play now, so that means that we actually get the advantage of getting the double card draw from the very first draw. And overall, I mean, this looks like a really good hand. We can play the Razortide Bridge and then just pump out a bunch of free artifacts, and that seems pretty good to me. We'll go ahead and do that. Ingenious Smith is like, it's fine, but I'd much rather see a Patches. Our opponent's going for the big stompy approach. Let's draw some of them cards. You know what? I think maybe I'll play the Smith first. Get to go grab another artifact to put in our hand. There's the Patches that I wanted. So then let's go ahead and play Gingerbrute. And do I play anything else? It doesn't really matter. I guess we can get a Springleaf Drum out. Use that to add some mana. Tap in the Gingerbrute. We'll play Patchwork Automaton. And then we'll go Springleaf Drum. Okay, our opponent's had enough. Oh, the Get Lost style looks really cool. That's like the freest card style I think I've ever gotten in my life. Alright, we're on the play this time, and the Glass Casket is nice for removal, as if people actually play removal in this format. Stonecoil Serpent is nice, All That Glitters is pretty good alongside it, Metallic Rebuke for protection, we'll take that for sure. So let's just start off, I'm gonna actually just pay the mana. Oh, is that how that works? Interesting. I think I'm just gonna hold up here and pass. I don't need my opponent knowing right away that we've gotten All That Glitters. Because if they have an answer, it's going to be a bit hard to do anything about. Is this our Kiln Fiend friend here? This is something else. It's an alchemy card I'm not familiar with. Interesting. Okay. Well, Gingerbrute is nice. I say we go Addercar Waste. And maybe we just go... Well, we should probably at least stick the All That Glitters on here. Now let's swing in. Presumably our opponent doesn't have anything for now. Then we can go ahead and play out Gingerbrute, which maybe I should have done before. There's an argument for that. And then we'll go ahead and Glass Casket. I think we're going to get rid of our opponent's creature here. So next turn this is going to be a nasty beat. We'll have the mana up for the Brutalic Rebuke, which is pretty nice as well. What's our opponent doing here? Urbrass Forge is pretty good. That's funny how that triggers even in Exile. We will not block. Urbrass Forge is actually kind of insane in this format. Alright, so we draw some more cards. Oh, okay, I think that actually might just do it. I think we just go for it, honestly. We'll go Michiko's Reign of Truth. Targeting the Serpent. And we have Counterspell backup. Oh my god. I didn't expect that, but that was pretty sweet. Molten Collapse. That's a nice style. I really appreciate some of the more, like the traditional Aztec art stuff that they got going on for the set. I personally haven't played this card in anything yet, but I've heard it's pretty good. We'll just have to see about that, I guess. Alright, we're on the play again. Having the Springleaf Drum is pretty nice. I think we can spill out most of, if not our entire hand right away. So we'll go ahead and keep this. So let's go for an Addercar Waste. We'll play out Gingerbrute, and then go right to combat. I mean, this thing this thing basically becoming a free Goblin Guide is kind of insane, to be honest. Then let's go for a Springleaf Drum. How about another one? And then we'll play Steel Overseer, and we'll see how that goes. Alright, so opponent could be trying to spill everything out of their hand all at once again, or this could just be a regular deck, you never know. Our opponent's going for the Waste plan, so they're definitely doing a colorless deck as well. Alright, Patches, we've got nothing for at the moment, sadly. If they just spill out their hand, yeah, this Patches is gonna get a little out of hand, to be honest. Yeah, this is another one of those opponents that just spills their entire hand out on us. Oh boy. Well, keep the creatures coming, I guess. They gotta run out at some point. Okay. So they get in with Gingerbrute. That's fine, that's fine. We do definitely need to do something about this Patches, though, because that's going to get us killed. Alright, let's go draw something good. That's pretty good. That's also pretty good. Sure, so we'll take the damage from our opponent. I think we go... I think we're going to have to Glass Casket, to be honest. Let's pay some mana. We'll get rid of the Patches. And then we can stick Ensoul Artifact and All That Glitters. So we will pay the ward. We'll go colorless here. Whatever mana. Tap the Brute. Getting that off the battlefield is very important. And then I guess we just go... yeah, I guess we just Ensoul Artifact over here. Doesn't really matter, but starting next turn, I think we have a pretty good setup here. Like, we're gonna take a lot of damage this turn. As long as they can't kill us, though, we're still in this game. Let's see, what you gonna do, opponent? Full swing? Full swing? Soulless Jailer. That's an interesting one. That's got a big butt. We're taking a lot of damage here. This isn't great. Down to 3. Oh, yikes. Land. And what you got? Give us another something good? That's okay. It's a bit unfortunate, though, because we're definitely dead here. They've got the blockers and we have no evasion, but just for the sake of it, let's see how big we can pump something. And just throw a casual all the glitters. Sure, pump it up to high heaven, but we're still dead anyways. That is a 21 powered Springleaf Drum. You don't see that every day. Maybe we'll just fake that we have it. No blocks? Nah, they got us, they got us. Well, we'll activate this, pump it up to 22. And that is a very big boy. Yeah, we had some fun that match. We may have lost, but that was pretty cool. So we have the Ornithopter this time around, which is really good. I think we may... Well, Michiko's Reign of Truth definitely needs more artifacts and enchantments to go off. But I think we've got a pretty decent KO here. I think we'll go ahead and keep this. Because if we can just immediately start off by Ensoul Artifacting Ornithopter, that's already a 6/6 flyer on turn 1? Somebody call Commander. It seems like we've kind of stolen their mojo. Let's play Ornithopter. Chant it with a Soul Artifact. Like, would it be a shame if it dies here? Absolutely, but yeah, it's fine. We'll make do with it. Our opponent's going for a Cleric class. So is this a life gain deck? Some kind of Soul Sisters variant? They're gonna ossify. Oh, so this is an actual deck. Well, this is cool. I appreciate playing actual decks. Oh, Patches is good. We love to see Patches here. So let's go ahead and play Patchy. Play Steel Overseer. Then play Stonecoil Serpent for X1. That's a pretty big Patchy. And they're going to have to pay at least 3 mana to get the Automaton off the battlefield. We'll see what our opponent ends up doing, because honestly, pumping up the creature with Trample is much better. But, I mean, if we have no other choice and this is just a hexproof creature, I don't see why not. Hollowed Priest. So this definitely is some kind of Soul Sisters deck, but that does not matter. I think we're just going to stomp all over them before they even get a chance. There's the Soul Warden. Interesting they didn't play that the other way around. It would have probably been better for them. So let's go ahead and we'll stick the Glass Casket. I think we're going to get rid of the Soul Warden so they can't gain more life. Then we'll go ahead and play Ornithopter. That makes another artifact drop. We'll go Michiko's Reign of Truth. And we'll pump the Serpent up to fucking high heaven. Well, that is potentially 23 damage coming at you, opponent. Probably going to block the Patches? Yeah. And then before damage, Steel Overseer will trigger, get a bunch of counters on our wide board. And what do you got? If you keep any one of our creatures alive, you're still dead, opponent. I mean, a board wipe would be devastating, but I don't really see that. I don't understand why anybody would play that in this format. Impassioned Orator. Yeah, you got it. Make it a Vanishing Verse, get back there. Sure, okay. That's not going to help you, opponent. This is brutal. Oh my goodness. We'll just pump up 2 creatures for the sake of diversity, and there you have it. Nice. Ooh, very nice Tishana's Tidebinder. I think this art looks really sick. Like this one and the one for Quintorius Con, genuinely amazing looking art. I think that should be the default at this point. So we're on the draw again, but honestly, we don't even mind this. Having the Steel Overseer with a pretty wide board looks pretty good already. I think we'll go ahead and keep this. The All That Glitters will be nice. Hopefully we either get like our Trampler or our Flyer to stick that on. But I mean, our opponent has done nothing on turn 1, which is a little suspicious if you ask me. We'll go ahead for the Gingerbrute Beatdowns. Bam, bam. And then play a Steel Overseer. What do you got, opponent? They are just not playing anything? That susses me out more than anything, to be honest. So let's go ahead and play Ingenious Smith. Maybe get us another artifact going. Another Steel Overseer is pretty nice. We'll play that out. And then that pumps that up. Let's go ahead and just swing with the Brutes. And then before damage, pump everything up with the Steel Overseer. Well, if they're trying to play Heartless Act, I mean, they have nothing to Heartless Act. Our opponent's on Mardu. Huh. What on earth are they trying to do? Like, do they realize that they're dead next turn if they do nothing? Ah, for Mirrodin! Well, we have the glass casket to remove that, which is good. Let's go ahead and glass casket it away. Go for a little sleep. Go for some sleep. And then, do we even have to do anything? We just have to full swing, right? Yeah. Don't need to spill out our hand, we just got it already. GG's. And we got the Cavern of Souls art. That looks really sweet, honestly. I love a lot of the alternate art that they did, especially for some of the special guests. You know, the Mana Crypt looks incredible. Cavern of Souls looks pretty awesome as well. So I'm glad to see they're actually experimenting more with different styles of art. And so that was that. I mean, I thought that was a pretty cool event. There were some decks that were a little bit degenerate. I think just sticking your deck full of like a bunch of 1-mana artifacts is a little annoying. But you know, if that's the restriction of the event, then people are just going to take advantage of it regardless. Overall, even despite the fact that we're not just trying to jam some kind of really annoying strategy like that, I think we still did pretty good. We only dropped 2 games in those 5. And the games that we lost were against Elves and against somebody who just spilled their hand out, which, like, what can you do about it? This deck is already pretty good. I typically run this deck in Explorer, and I'd love to come back to it sometime soon, but I had a lot of fun trying it out in this format, especially with so many cards that actually got better because of the buffs. So I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you guys want to see more festivals like this in the future. Don't forget to hit the like button down below, and be sure to subscribe if you enjoyed and you want to see more content just like it. And you can follow me on social media at JayoticMTG on all the platforms on screen, which will all be linked in the description down below. That'll do it for this time, so until next time, take care.